Hey there, I'm Chris Crowell, editor-in-chief of Solar Builder magazine. And like it or not, artificial intelligence tools are being added everywhere in the solar and energy storage industries. And here to make the pitch for embracing all that AI can do for your solar installation business is Jason Higginson, head of marketing for North America for APsystems. I know this is a important topic for you these days. And we had asked a variety of manufacturers and service providers in all aspects of solar to kind of tell us how they were using AI for our most recent Q3 issue of Solar Builder. And, TLDR, AI is everywhere from design to O&M, and everything in between. And, we've chatted. I know you're personally into what AI tools are doing in your life, and that APsystems is also heavily investing in AI in a bunch of different ways. So I thought we could start by boiling down how this is going to be impactful for solar installers, identify where AI is improving things behind the scenes, and noting the AI tools that the installation pros maybe should be investing in themselves. Okay. So let's start by quickly addressing why installers should care, and without just saying it's inevitable, you have to, AI is everywhere, just do it.
Right. Well, unfortunately, to compete today, old school methods are no longer enough. So solar installers, they're competing with more effective, more efficient, and increasingly more desperate installers competing for the same work, right? So that's number one. AI is no longer optional. As you mentioned, it's embedded in everything. It's in tools, it's in the products that they're already using. So design management, sales and marketing tools, all that automation as well. And so there's a direct impact on their ability to be profitable as an installer. And not only that, but also in the products that they're selling. What we found is interesting is a lot of these tools have in the products themselves, smarter energy management, which means it could be higher energy production, lower bills for customers. And these tools can make installers more competitive since the tools that they're selling are already AI optimized. And in some cases, these installers either don't know it or aren't promoting that to the end user. And that could have been an edge that they could use over a competing bid. Also, we're finding that these AI tools, they can help reduce errors in the process. They can save time. They can simplify workflows. All of this is critical in an industry where we know margins are tight. We know that labor is stretched. We know that these installers are having to be highly competitive and effective and efficient. And then also AI really helping that relationship between the installer and the end user, increasing customer satisfaction, faster support, giving them smarter systems. And this leads to happier customers overall and more referrals and repeat business.
So at the business level, what would you consider to be kind of a no-brainer AI tool, like an actual thing solar installers are using that they should take advantage of just right now?
No-brainer tools I would place into three categories. So you would have your productivity tools, you would have sales and marketing automation tools, and you'd have your design tools. Those are really the three no-brainers that they should be looking into. So what do I mean by that? Productivity tools for daily use. I recommend like a base AI productivity tool. So whether you're using ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot, we call those the big three. And they are the safest with your data. They have the most consistent capability, most consistent response. And you can use actually those produced responses for commercial purposes. So basically you own the results since it was based on your specific inputs. For sales and marketing automation, there are several tools that have kind of come to the forefront because they've integrated AI into their solutions. So with these sales and marketing tools, you can nurture leads, you can increase your lead conversion rates. It can help you in responding to customers. Some examples: Aurora Bodhi. So Aurora is a good example because they have a full service like sales, marketing, project design tool. They use AI integration to help speed up lead management, conversion processes. This helps customers or it helps installers land qualified customers faster. Bodhi's another good example. They have one called Bodhi Assisted Insights. It helps them track leads and customer sentiment. And so installers are able to actually like respond to customer questions or negative customer sentiments with an AI suggested response. And the AI looks at it and goes, okay, this is how to get this customer back on track, which is really cool. I can help them improve that relationship, whether it's in the sales process, the install process, or post-install. So you pair that then with those automation capabilities, and these tools become the best thing for solar since sliced bread.
So I wanted to kind of walk through a project from beginning to end to kind of note where some of these things can pop in and out. You mentioned the design and proposal tools, like Aurora, that have been using AI for a while to kind of speed up things, avoid errors. But I know that APsystems has APdesigner as well that generates layouts. And I was wondering, well, I guess, first of all, how, if you could explain, just use that as an example, how AI is incorporated there. But then how does that connect to Aurora or that type of platform?
Yeah, APsystems has its APdesigner tool. Installers can pick their products, pick their panels, and quickly build an array out in minutes. So it helps them quickly see the potential production and build a BOM. Whereas like a tool like Helioscope, which is built in the Aurora platform, they can do all of that as part of a full suite. So something that we're seeing there is there are some customers that really just want that as a quick and dirty to get an analysis. They don't want to have to go through the whole process. And some of these design tools are really popular in the US, but they're not always popular, globally in the rest of the world. And so having something that is, and the APdesigner is free for APsystems installers. It's built into our platform, and it's something they can quickly use to develop. But it's also, it makes sense as a double check too. So if you built it in Aurora, you just want to make sure that does this jive with what APsystems is saying in their system. Because it's so fast, it's easy to do a quick double check. But these tools, whether it's ours or theirs, they're utilizing satellite imagery, 3D modeling, shading analysis to quickly produce these layouts. So you don't have to take all of those factors into consideration or take measurements or what have you. So again, because the AI is integrated, it's automatically providing you professional grade reports and diagrams so that it reduces that proposal preparation time. It will take the satellite imagery and it will model the roof faces and any obstructions so you can see that shading analysis based on that satellite data.
Do you feel like change orders from the initial design to, okay, what can we actually install, that we've come far enough where you're more likely to get that kind of install ready design out the door quicker at the front end of the process?
I think so. But a lot of that, like, nothing replaces installer experience. So a lot of that, if they know the roof type, if they know, what kind of spacing, how to deal with obstructions, the products that they're using. Oh, I know with that product, I need to adapt to this. Like, nothing replaces, an installer having done several hundred installations. And so none of these tools are necessarily going to ever replace that. So the smart designer that has that experience can build that then into the system. Or I need a bigger margin around the edges, or I know that those panels need to be positioned, or the inverters need to be positioned this way. So there will always be that need. That being said, these tools are becoming, they're integrating a lot more of that tribal knowledge into that's data now that belongs to those products.
Moving to the actual project and back to the installers we're talking about, the real pros, are you seeing the installation and project teams utilize AI when they're out in the field or back to the office? What's the operational AI tool look like?
Yeah, I love that question because, instinctively you're like, well, AI can't use power tools. It
Right.
can't turn a wrench. It's not going to haul the panels up to the roof. So what can AI do during the installation? AI isn't physically doing anything, but the moment they pick up a device to configure something, to commission, to check status, check communication, these AI tools are hard at work in the background. APsystems also created APbot, which it can be used to help answer any installation questions during the process. So it can troubleshoot systems, it can troubleshoot errors, and it's available through our APsystems EMA platform. We also, on our website, we have a custom-built GPT that's accessible from our support page. Installers can use that to help troubleshoot and answer questions. It's not as accurate as our APbot that's built into our EMA platform, but still a really good tool. If you don't have time or an opportunity to log in, you can just go to the website and access that.
Yeah, and we actually did another pitch with Site Capture that I thought brought up some interesting points about taking photos and incorporating AI to kind of maybe speed up the back and forth if you're doing TPO of making sure you're taking all the right photos and that photo's correct and that type of stuff too. So it's a great point on how the actual tradespeople can still be utilizing this to improve what they're doing when they're out there. How do APsystems products themselves, the microinverters, energy storage systems, how are you incorporating AI, maybe using it in a way that it's possible, your customers don't even understand?
We really are taking that opportunity with AI. We're taking that ball and running with it. We recently had a contest. It was a global contest to see which teams are best utilizing AI. They handed out prizes for like first, second, third place. So they're really embracing that. They want the ideas. They want people to come up with ways in which we can incorporate that. Specifically with our products, so our microinverters are optimizing the performance at the module level in real time, automatically adapting to conditions, module output, grid fluctuations, utility parameters, etc. With our BESS AI for AP storage, these systems are brilliant. They create a custom charge discharge strategy for each individual household. Factors in time of use rates, load patterns, solar production on the roof, home energy usage, and then it adjusts based on the end user's preferred strategy. Self-consumption, they want to lower their energy bills, they want to prepare for a power outage, and then it goes a step further, optimizing the full solar ecosystem with seamless operation between inverters, storage, and our EMA management platform.
Is it getting to the point where a customer could they just interact with the system by like the way that they would like a chat GPT and just kind of say, hey, I want to prepare for the storm, and then it just kind of does it and not have to actually know how to go into the system and push the right buttons?
We might eventually get there. At this point, we're trying to simplify that process so that we give them some simple options that they choose from, and the system takes on the hard work of then, using AI to automate that, to optimize that preference. So if they choose self-consumption or if they choose the emergency backup, then it's automatically taking on that job.
And then stepping back maybe even further, where else is AI being used by companies like APsystems to the installer's benefit or just the industry's benefit in ways that, again, maybe we're unaware, that improving processes to manufacture quicker or minimize errors in manufacturing, or I don't know what, but that's why I'm asking you, right. I guess, what else is happening that you guys are doing?
And that's essentially most of the AI work that's happening is in the background. The history of the AI systems, it goes back decades. And most of that is essentially operating these small decisions and adjustments that are happening in the background automatically. So there's a ton of work being done within these systems and tools in the background. So if you're using any kind of electronic or internet connected device, at some point in your daily workflow, you're utilizing AI, whether it's in a manufacturing process, like in our factory. It's looking at a board, it's looking at the layout, and it can automatically detect if something is not soldered or if something's in the wrong position, like it just by looking at a snapshot of it. So those are some things that all of these things happen before a product even gets to the roof of a homeowner.
So taking a snapshot of what AI is doing right now in a way can feel foolish sometimes. Like as soon as I publish this, I assume it's going to be outdated. There's going to be some new tool, right? Something else that. And since you're really in the weeds on this, is there any sort of preview you could give me if we're having discussion a year from now, what other AI impacts or improvements you're expecting to see, or that installers can benefit from?
That's the stuff that I love. I love kind of projecting out to see what these tools, what these companies are planning, where they're going. So they're going to become more, proactive and not just reactive. And so what do I mean by that? Well, let's take some of these AI productivity tools as an example. Many of them are being built out with proactive agents. So imagine a world where you open your email and your email says, you've received 15 new emails. We've prioritized them for you and drafted responses. Would you like to review them now? These agents right now, they're a little challenging to work with, and they're becoming more user-friendly over time. So I think in about 12 to 18 months, we're going to see, especially with a tool like Copilot, which is already amazing. It's only half rolled out. The design tools are also becoming more fully automated. So they're automating the process of developing a full system layout. It's like, how can we reduce the amount of choices, the amount of clicks, the amount of work that it takes for these installers? So an example is like, enter the parameters for on the data sheet for your system. It's like, and they'll just click on the product and, and it would have the most recent product information in there. So you don't actually have to, adjust any of those specific parameters.
I can see how the next important step maybe for an AI helping solar installers and their customers is on that service end, as installers need to add, first of all, more of a focus on O&M and just following up in general and keeping systems online, focusing on repowering as maybe new installations are down and systems need updated. And as installers need to become energy management or electrification contractors and kind of evolve their business, having automated a system that could help pinpoint existing customers' needs at without you having to go in and try to filter it out yourself.
Yeah, we have with APsystems, we have integrated tools. So if an installer were to log into their profile and they have all their installations there, immediately we have a traffic light system showing, green is good on any of these systems. Yellow, there may be something that's disconnected or the system hasn't communicated in more than 5 minutes or what have you. But then that's where the AI tool steps up. It's like, do you need help troubleshooting this? You can troubleshoot it using our AP bot. We have built-in tools that's just basically click, to get to the troubleshooting. If there is an issue, an installer knows exactly what they need to do before they even get to the roof.
I've been an AI skeptic, and for the things that I have to do as a journalist, there are things of it that I'm leery of, and so I'm sure there are things out there that some solar installers, when it comes to plan sets and stuff, are still going to be a little skittish on how much you can automate in certain aspects of this. But overall, there's just a lot of very interesting, very cool things happening. And APsystems, as you laid out, seems to be at the forefront of this. So it's very cool. And just thanks for taking the time to stop by and make the pitch again today, Jason.
Of course, I'm happy to. And as always, there's the caveat. These tools will get 80-90% there, but you definitely have to do that double check. We still need humans. We still need people that have that experience to review all this stuff.